Here we are with the chief organizer of the Mind Sports Olympiad, Etan Ilfeld. Tell us how you came involved in this kind of event.
Sure. Well, I've always loved board games, and I've competed in chess tournaments since I was a young kid, and I came to the Mind Sports Olympiad just looking to play chess back in 2008, and I was really just so pleasantly surprised by all the wonderful people here that were playing so many games, and immediately I wanted to learn more games, and so I ended up actually, after coming to that chess tournament, staying the rest of the days and just playing more and more and more. And then the next year I came again and I played all week, and the thing about me is I don't like mornings. Usually I sleep in the mornings, but especially for the Mind Sports Olympiad as a competitor, I came and I played from 10 in the morning to 11 at night every day, and it was so wonderful that I really fell in love with the organization. And then in 2010, I was helping as part of the committee, but I wasn't the chief organizer. And the venue was canceled, and the organizer at the time, he wasn't sure that he was thinking of canceling the event. He wasn't sure what to do, and so I volunteered basically to put together the 2010 tournament.
And so it started.
And so it began, yes. And since then, it's really it's been such a big part of my life.
But are you happy?
I love it. I love it. It's for me, it's it's such a perfect fit because I love games, and and it's such a positive thing, and it just I feel I'm delighted to organize it every year.
So cool to hear you with all this passion.
Amazing passion, yes. It's the highlight, one of the highlights of my year.
Tell 1 minute about you, who you are, where you were born, and things like that. Sure.
So I'm bicultural. I was born in California, but I grew up back and forth between California and that's the U.S. and Israel. And then afterwards, I went to study at Stanford in the States, and I studied math and physics. So I come from a very science-oriented background. But then afterwards, I made a switch in my life, and I went to film school, did a master's in film, and then moved to London. And since then, I've been an entrepreneur. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've got several businesses. I've got a bookstore and a publishing company now, and I also an art gallery that I founded. And these are all things.
A lot of things,
and I love them. One thing that I've always believed is you should only get involved with things that you love.
I perfectly agree. Agree with that.
So to me, it's the Mind Sports Olympiad. I love it, and I'm so committed to growing it and building it up, and every year it's also my mom. She loves games, and she's come and played many years, and games they run in my blood. So it's cool. So for me, I'm an entrepreneur and I do lots of things, but the Mind Sports, it really is. It is the ultimate pleasure.
The plus.
Yes.
Tell me, which is your favorite game apart of chess, or maybe it's still chess?
Sure. Well, I have to say I am biased towards chess, but I love so many games in the Mind Sports Olympiad, and I always want to learn more. So this year we've added a lot of Euro games, and I've been learning a lot of Euro games, and I've really enjoyed lots of them. Everything I've enjoyed Settlers and Cities and Knights, the expansion, and
Settlers is fantastic.
Amazing game. I was too busy to play this year, but I love it. I really do. And actually, I split first a few years ago in Settlers, but lost on tiebreak, got the silver. But it was good. I love Settlers, and we've introduced Ticket to Ride this year, and lots of other great Euro games. I think that also, obviously, there are great games like Corridor, which we've added, which I think is an amazing game. So simple to learn and yet so hard to master. So I really like that. And I also enjoy playing poker. And lately, I have to say, this is quite new, but in the last year, I've started playing a lot of backgammon for fun, and I love backgammon. I have to say it's fantastic. And so I play.
It's a life metaphor, I think.
Yes,
it's a metaphor for the life.
Totally, yeah. so much about probability and
maybe it's my favorite game.
Yeah, it's an amazing game, and knowing how to play with the doubling die and having the strategy. I mean, it's funny. I was on a ski trip in April in France, and I had a ski coach that I skied with, and he and another friend, a friend of his, invited me to come in their bar and play some backgammon. I said okay, and they wanted to play. They insisted to play for money with doubling dice, and but I had been practicing lately a lot, so playing with the computer on my phone a lot. When I'm in the tube, I play with the computer.
We should have some games.
Sure. And I won, and I took their money, so that was a real pleasure.
How about because I know this kind of thing, there is a conflict when you organize an event you love. You cannot participate everything you would have.
Of course, and you know what? It's fine. It's something that's taken me a while to get used to, because I do love to play, and in the past I would try and play all the time and organize, which is impossible. I think having your priorities is very important. For me, the number one priority is to make an excellent event for everybody else, and if everybody's happy, I'm happy. And then if I can also manage to squeeze in a few games here and there, then I'm delighted, because for me really it's about really the event itself.
I remember when I organized in Venice the international backgammon tournament with 200, 300 players.
Wow.
And I organized it and directed them, but it was a sufferance not to be able to play.
Yeah, I love playing.
It was,
yes.
I really was suffering.
Yes, it's true. It's tough. I mean, I love to play, but you always have to sacrifice in life.
It's also nice to organize.
It is, and and I have to say, when I see people enjoying the games, it makes me so happy. It makes me, and I'm very happy that even though it's been only a few years now, that the event has been growing, and I'm always trying to improve it and make it better and learn, and I'm learning every year. I'm trying to learn more and more.
Can I make you a last provoking question?
Of course.
So let's talk about the future of the Olympiad.
Sure.
Okay, this year MSO has improved, has a little improved from the past years.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, could become another thing, could become a much more important thing.
I agree.
And I think there is the possibility that is to happen. Are you willing to take the next step?
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah,
I am. So here's the thing. I am, but you need to understand kind of the way I approach it. And my approach is very simple.
It's totally your decision. Just asking.
So I will explain. So absolutely, and I'm committed, and I hope, again, you never the future, but I hope that this will be a big part of the rest of my life. I hope, knock on wood, because I do love it. So the way I view it is, I believe, obviously I'm happy, and I want to, over my my lifetime, I hope to really, really grow it massively. But I don't want to burn anything out. Yeah. So for me, it's very important that whatever I do is sustainable, and any improvement is something that I know I can do the year after. So I believe, that for me, it's very much of a long-term, strategy. And I'm not looking for any short-term. Short-term things are good, but it's really about building long-term and
long-term thinking.
Yes, exactly. So I think that by what we have here today is already, we've got an amazing core of people, and that's the foundation, and then building around it and making good decisions and adding a little bit of sponsorship, which we're doing. Also organizing some international partnerships. We've got a franchise now in New Zealand, a franchise in South Korea, which they visited us, and
a little girl beat me in Mensa Connection.
Wow! Fantastic. Well, they're amazing.
They are amazing. They're very kind people.
They're really, really amazing. And so my goal right now is to keep building up more international partnerships around the world, and then to make sure that London will be the big event, and just becomes better and better and just becomes amazing. Because look, in Korea, apparently they already had a very successful event this year. First time and lots of participants. I heard it was a weekend and they had 350 participants and over 1,000 visitors.
Not bad.
Not bad. So it shows me the potential, and now I'm talking to people in Singapore, and they're telling me that they also think they can do a massive event.
Since the year that it has been started in 1997, has really the potential to become the new real Olympics.
Yeah.
Like the sports one.
I agree.
Yeah. So
this year we've had several I think real achievements. We're starting to get a lot more press, and this is something I'm building up, more awareness in the media. So we've already had things from radio, also in the past to television. We've got a lot of articles online and some newspapers even this year we've had about it, and the Diving Chess World Championship that I came up with, which has gotten lots of press. It's going to be in the Discovery Channel this month. They're going to show it, and I just had
something to attract people.
Yes. So I'm trying to create as much as I can. It's for me, it's so important to build some gravitas, some media recognition, and I'm trying to really build it so that it people will pay attention, because it's a wonderful thing. And what I've also done this year is I've added a dedicated learn to play room where any day people can just come and learn games for everybody. So you don't have to compete. You can just come and have fun. And it's such an important thing. I want people to know that if you want to come to a world-class tournament, we've got the space for you. If you also want to come and just learn and have fun, we've also got the space for you. So I'm solving some of those puzzles was a challenge, because in the past there was a little bit of friction there. But I think with the learn to play room, that's really great. And building these things up more and more, there's a lot to learn.
What about the venue? Do you think this will be the venue also in the future, or are you thinking to change?
That's a great question. I mean, look, for now it's a good venue. I hope that one day we become, and I believe it will, much too big for the venue, I think. And I think that hopefully will happen
in a couple of years.
Yes, that's the goal. Because we really have on the Sundays when it's busy, we're completely packed, room to room. The Sunday here, there was no space. On weekdays it's a little bit more quiet, but I would like to see a massive space, and massive amounts of people, and
like
both.
It was in the very first year of the Olympics. Maybe you heard about it.
I've heard. I haven't been, but I've heard some amazing stories.
Yeah. Alexandra Palace was
wow,
fantastic.
But you see, I want to make sure that when we build it up to whatever it is, that it stays there.
Yeah,
not like it crashed before. I've always believed,
it happened.
Yes, exactly. No, it's got to be. I want to.
Step by step.
Step by step, exactly.
Okay. My best luck for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Etan.
Thanks.